Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing with you a practical technique to help you gain clarity in life. Before we dive into today's lesson, I want to offer you a free video training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can grab it in the description box below and also directly on my website, heatherhakes.com. I did a poll earlier this week on my social media asking my audience, what is one of your current biggest pain points? And lacking clarity was something that came up for many people. So in today's lesson, I want to share with you how to gain clarity in your life, because here's the thing. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. And let me share with you this. Lacking clarity is simply a of a much bigger problem. And think of it like a tip of an iceberg. I'm going to explain more in further detail later, but let's start here. This is something I talk about most often, which is a simple 4-step process I have called the thought cycle. This is something I coach my clients through to understand that everything begins with thought. So let's start here. At the top, your thoughts are creating your emotions and feelings. Those are leading to the actions or inactions you take in life and ultimately create all of your results and outcomes. So by looking at this alone, I can help you reverse engineer to help you gain clarity in life. So let's look at it here. And I want you to think about it. If you do currently lack clarity, think of that area of life that you are most unclear. If this is new to you, I have a totally free resource on my website called the Life Assessment. I offer you to start there. Take that. It gives you instant results, and that alone will help you create clarity. But let's take a specific area of life. Maybe it's your finances, your health, your relationships, work. Where are you feeling stuck? So that is your current result. And now we're going to take this 4-step thought cycle, and I want to help reverse engineer to help you create clarity in your life. So right there, let's think about it. If you're currently going through life's motions and you feel stuck, you lack clarity in your job, in your finances, in your relationships, in your health, let's go to the step before that. Be honest. What actions or inactions have you been taking time and time again? Are you procrastinating? Are you inconsistent? Are you easily distracted by scrolling on social media or shopping? Or figure out what your vice is. Figure out what your actions you are taking that is creating lacking clarity in your life. Now, if we back it up before that, you have to start becoming aware of your emotions. Are you constantly sitting in emotions like fear, self-doubt, overwhelm, indecision, and everything begins with thought? So here's where I want to help you understand. When you create clarity in your life, and I'm going to show you how, you will start thinking differently. When you start thinking differently, that leads to new emotions. When you start thinking and feeling differently, it leads to new actions, consistency, forward focus, being more productive, and ultimately it creates better results in your life, results you actually want. So we have to start there. You have to become aware, number one. What are those thoughts, emotions, and actions that are keeping you stuck in this rut, feeling unclear? And now I want to deep dive. Remember, I shared with you lacking clarity is just a symptom of a much deeper rooted problem. Now, if you happen to be listening to the podcast, I highly recommend you watch this video on YouTube to understand these visuals. But I want you to think of it like this. Lacking clarity, I want you to picture an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg are where your symptoms are, which number one, you clearly lack clarity in your life. Number two is that, what are some sub-symptoms of lacking clarity? Is it analysis paralysis? Is it that feeling of being stuck? Is it overwhelmed? Is it indecision? Those are symptoms. Now let's go below the surface. This is where the tip of the iceberg comes in, because what I want you to understand is your conscious mind, 5%, is where your wishes, hopes, desires, and dreams are. But if you don't understand the subconscious programming, 95% of the picture that is running the show, you will never gain more clarity. You will never stop that analysis paralysis habit. You will continue feeling stuck. So now let's go deeper down. Let's understand what's going on below the surface. You have to start becoming aware of your beliefs. Now remember, Let's start with one specific area of life. Let's say you're in a career, in a job you just hate, going through life's motions. And I'm using that because that's where I felt stuck. I lacked clarity. What did I want to do with my life? So what are your beliefs? You have to become aware of what are those beliefs, and likely your limiting beliefs around the problem. Step number 2, start asking better questions. If your answer is always, well, I don't know what to do. If you knew what to do, what would you do next? Now, again, below the surface, start becoming aware of your habits. That's where I shared with you in the thought cycle. The third step is becoming aware of those actions or inactions you're consistently taking. The next one is it fear that is driving the indecision? Is it fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of rejection? Is that what is driving the lack of clarity? Is it these beliefs and thoughts about I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, I'm not enough? And could it be that you simply lack confidence? Now, when you become aware of these subconscious beliefs that's truly running the quote symptom, lacking clarity, that's how you can start changing your life. This is exactly what I walk my one-on-one coaching clients through. I want you to think about it like this. Would you get into a boat that had no motor? Of course you wouldn't. Would you go to an airport with no ticket? You don't know what destination you're going. You go there, you have thousands of options, cities, countries, time of departure, tons of options, and just sit there and stare at the screens? No, at some point you have to make a decision. So this is where it comes down. You have to start taking action. And a lot of this lacking clarity is fear of the unknown and fear of failure. You have to make a choice, a conscious choice that you're no longer going to let fear rule you. I love the saying, the quote, let fear fuel you, not rule you. You have to start taking action, start trying new things. Let's say, for an example, you're not happy with where you currently live. Okay, well, let's gain clarity. Maybe you realize that you don't like 4 seasons, that you're really over winter and you just want warm weather. Well, if that's the truth, now you've gained clarity on you want to live somewhere in the South. If it's a job and again you're stuck and you don't know, well, here's what I did when I worked in a job and I wasn't happy. I got clear on what I wanted. I got clear I wanted to work downtown. I got clear on the pay I wanted to make. I got clear on the company culture, and then I let go. And a recruiter ended up reaching out to me who, guess what, had everything that I was seeking. And then I ended up taking a job downtown, working in oil and gas, making great pay and benefits. Now I want to walk you through a practical, tangible tool that you can use right now to help you gain clarity. Again, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend take the life assessment first, and then we're going to do this next exercise. Do it next. I call it Map It Out. It's a massive action plan. On your journey to discovering more clarity, to building the confidence, to making a decision, this tool is what I want to help you use once you've created clarity. Once you know the what is it that you want? And what I found is most people don't even know what they want in your life. So let's start there. Again, use one area, one specific area of life. And I want to walk you through this simple 3-step process. So on a piece of paper, now I'm serious about doing this work. Knowledge alone is not power. Application is, implementation is. So take out a piece of paper and draw 2 lines down the center of the page. In the middle of this piece of paper, I want you to write the what. What is your goal, your desire, your wish? What is that thing that you want to have, be, do, or experience? So for example, I use this out because I lacked a lot of clarity. I was like, I got clear. I wanted to run a marathon, but then I started feeling overwhelmed. Well, where am I going to run a marathon? When am I going to run a marathon? How am I going to train for it? What nutrition do I need? What training plans, and on and on. And that's how we create overwhelm. It's one step at a time. So get clear. What is the what? And I'm going to walk you through how I did this for a marathon, but you can literally do this for any area of your life. So I got clear. I wanted to run a marathon. And then in your right column at the top of it, I want you to write why. Why do you want this thing. Again, this is helping you create clarity. And by figuring out the whys, this is going to create a clear picture and help with motivation so you can start taking action. So why do you want this thing? Why do you want a new job? Why do you want more money? Why do you want that relationship? Why do you want to move? And I highly recommend diving 10 layers deep. Come up with 10 reasons why you want this thing. So when I did this for my marathon, map it out, this exact exercise, why did I want to run a marathon? For me, it was training my mindset. It was to become healthier. It was to continue being active. It was to see what I was capable of. And I went 10 layers deep. Now, on the left-hand side, I want you to come up with 10 action steps you could take in order to obtain this thing. Now, sometimes something physical like running a marathon, that's not about letting go of the how. The how is 100% up to me, putting one foot in front of the other. But I want to also help you explain when it comes to manifesting these goals, these desires, these wishes, at some point you do have to get out of your way and allow the universe to surprise you. Now, I want you to come up with 10 action steps you could take to get this thing. Now, if it's a new job, obviously you could update your resume, reach out to recruiters, apply to jobs, let friends know you're looking. If it's to get in a relationship, if it's to move into a new house, if it's to make more money, if it's to get healthier, what steps could you take? Now, more importantly than not, the action steps, it comes down to your energy. It's about being mindful and intentional. It's about creating that consistency, the forward focus, and again, being really clear on the end goal so you know if you're moving in the right direction or if you're off track. Now, when you do this exercise, I want you to have a lot of fun with it, but I want to make sure you leave some room for the universe to surprise you, because here's the thing. We live from a very limited perspective. So for example, when it comes to maybe looking for a new job, you think the only way to get a new job is to apply to a bunch of jobs online, which we all know that's a dead end thing. But I want you to know that when you let go of the how, when you do the internal work by getting clear on your desire, by showing up with new energy, and you do that by thinking and feeling different. If you become aware that you constantly are stuck in feeling fear, doubt, and overwhelm, then it's up to you to start feeling confident, having clarity, showing up, being consistent. It's up to you to start thinking and being different. It really does come down to your new state of being. Now, by doing these exercises, number one, taking the life assessment and getting clear on what is your biggest pain point. And then number two, deciding what direction you want to go in and just showing up every single day, one foot in front of the other, you will get closer to your end goal. I would love to hear from you specifically, so I invite you to comment below. What area of life are you seeking clarity? Is it your health, your finances, relationships, work, career, or more? Or do you feel totally stuck and you're unclear in all areas of life? Because remember, if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. If this is something you want to deep dive and work with me one-on-one, I do offer coaching. I invite you to schedule a free call and learn more about that by visiting my website, heatherhakes.com. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop, and give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.